Good morning, Lincoln-Woodstock. My name is Silas Whedon, and welcome back to another episode of the Kanc Connection, where we bring you the latest news from Lin-Wood School and our community. We thank you for joining us. This is Fbla Week. The members of the Future Business Leaders of America Club educate their communities on careers and business through academic competitions. Recently, I had the opportunity to interview their Vice President, Zena Bartlett. We talked about what the club has been up to this year and activities they have planned. Hello, my name is Silas Whedon. I am one of the reporters from the Kanc Connection, and today I will be interviewing Zena Bartlett, who is the Vice President of the Fbla Club. So Zena, what does the Fbla Club exactly do?
So for those who don't know, Fbla stands for Future Business Leaders of America. So the club is for kids that are interested in the business aspects of the world. So in our club, so far we've had different business people come in and talk to us, like local business owners such as Margarita. We also do community service projects such as the blood drive that we did with the Red Cross, or A Million Thanks, and the Letters to Santa. We also fundraise for SLC by selling candy grams.
So, what is this SLC and what does your club do there?
SLC is the State Leadership Conference, and there our club participates in different events. So the people in your club, you get to choose whatever event you want to pick. So if you wanted to do something in business, you could do a presentation on that, or social media. We also listen to guest speakers and vote for state officers while we are there.
All right, Zena, the last question we have for you is, what are your guys' plans for the future?
One of our short-term plans would to be keep working on the projects for SLC, and then our long-term plans is to have even more business owners come and speak to us, but more specific fields such as marketing. We also want to do more community service projects and come up with new fundraising ideas.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Zena. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And back to you, future me. Thanks, past me. Additionally, the FBLA is conducting a canned food drive. If you're planning on attending the last home games for the varsity basketball teams tonight, if you bring a canned good, you can get into these games for free. Are you interested in helping the freshman class? If you are, you should buy a flannel to show our lumberjack spirit. The flannel is embroidered with a text that says Lin-Wood Lumberjacks. You can get one for yourself with a low price of $30. Sizes range from an adult small or to an extra large. Pay with cash or a check. If interested, contact any member of the freshman class for more information, but act fast, quantities are limited. What books do you love? Miss Smith wants you to know that there is a student suggestion box at the circulation desk, and they want you to submit your favorite titles so they can display them as recommendations for others. Additionally, if you're looking for a book that will get you in your feels, there is a selection of best heartbreakers on display as well. Come check one out today. It's time for a new segment here on the Kanc Connection. Madhav Patel will be reviewing the movie Aquaman for our new segment, Madhav's Movie Minute.
Welcome to the first episode of Madhav's Movie Minute. In this episode, we'll be reviewing Aquaman in under a minute. The movie starts with a man in Maine going up to his dock and seeing a woman on the shore. He goes to help that woman and helps her recover. In the morning, when she is fully recovered, she explains that she is the Queen of Atlantis. They fall in love and they have a baby. And that child was none other than Aquaman. Now, when the Queen left, guards were looking for her and they needed her to come back. So she had to leave Atlantis while Aquaman stayed home. He was taught many swimming skills by the Ocean Master. While the Queen of Atlantis was not at the surface and wasn't on shore, she actually had another child and needs to find a strong warrior's trident. Now the only person that could pick up the trident is a good leader and someone that knows who can defeat the evil sea monster that is currently guarding it. If you want to know what happens next, be sure to watch the movie and you'll be pretty shocked of what happens. See ya. Okay, that's it. That's what we're doing. If we need to reshoot it, we'll reshoot it.
The high school semi-formal is this weekend. On Saturday, the Lin-Wood High School will be hosting the annual event, which will be held at the community center. Tickets are currently on sale, so make sure to buy them now. as the planning committee wants you to make sure they purchase enough snacks for the evening. Cost to attend is $15 for a single, and couples are $25. Speaking of semi-formals, the middle school gets their own dance as well. Tickets are on sale now. Please see Miss Morse to purchase your $10 ticket in advance or $12 at the door. The middle school semi will be held during next Friday, February 15th from 6:30 to 9:30 at the community center. While most of us will be spending our winter break here in New Hampshire, members of the Lincoln-Woodstock Interact Club will be headed to Belize. Interact will be helping a multitude of organizations during their service learning trip. One of the places the group will visit is an orphanage, where they will deliver supplies to help them in any way possible. To do this, the group is asking for your donations for help. The group needs items like kids' craft supplies, wet ones, Q-tips, cookbooks, pens/pencils, notebooks, and any other school supplies. These items can be dropped off at the main school office by the 20th of February. The Lumberjack Lab Aides are back with an additional sensational science experiment. Let's see what they have for us.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Lumberjack Lab Experiments.
If you have missed any of our other experiments, you can check out the Kanc Connection's previous episodes.
As an update, we will be doing shows regularly every other live stream, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss them.
Today's video will consist of some small demonstrations of Newton's 3 laws.
Wait, what are Newton's 3 laws?
The first law states that an object in motion will stay in motion, and an object at rest will also stay at rest, unless they are acted upon by an unbalanced force. This is also known as the law of inertia.
The second law states that the force of an object is equal to its mass times acceleration.
The third law states how forces come in pairs, thus meaning for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction.
Now, all of these laws can be visualized through some easy demonstrations. I will be doing an experiment involving a knife and an apple. Since it involves a knife, we recommend that you do not try this at home. The first thing I'm going to do is stick the tip of this knife carefully into the bottom of the apple like this. So now I'm going to slam the bottom of this knife against the table as hard as I can, and we'll see what happens. So, what happened? When both the apple and the knife are moving towards the table, like this, they're both in motion. Then, when the table stops the knife, the apple wants to keep going because of inertia. An object in motion is going to want to stay in motion. Now to the next experiment.
You may have seen this experiment being done a lot because it's commonly used to show Newton's laws. This is the tablecloth pull. When it comes time to pull on the cloth, the items should stay on top. See, the items are still on the table, but the tablecloth is not. This is because of Newton's laws. The first law is seen here because it shows how objects at rest will remain at rest. The third law is also seen here because the force acting on the table is the items, and the force from the table is acting onto the items, thus meaning they are in pairs. Now for the next experiment.
Our last experiment is the classic egg drop. Here we will need water, a beaker, a pan, a tube, and an egg. Watch what happens when I knock the pan out from underneath the tube. As you can see, the egg fell right into the glass of water. This demonstrates the first law of motion because the egg does not go with the rest of the pan and the tube, thus meaning it has inertia. This means an object at rest will remain at rest.
Those are just some easy and cool experiments that showcase what Newton's 3 laws are.
We hope you learned something useful.
Thanks for watching the Lumberjack Lab Experiments.
With that, we will end our broadcast for today. We want to thank you for joining us. If there is a story from our community you would like to see here on our show, please let us know. Send us an email at tv@lin-wood.org or visit our Facebook page by searching the Kanc Connection. Have a great day, everybody.